Hi, my amazing planner friends. It's Jess from My Magical Planner, and today we're going to be talking about monthly spreads. So I'm giving you examples of 31 ways that you can use your monthly spreads. And I always find it easier if you actually see what that might look like. So we're going to be going through those today. I just took the January spread in my Sterling Ink planner to do this, and each day has a different focus or theme. So we're going to start up here at the top. I think this is a traditional way most people use this section is for like scheduling, like doctor's appointments, kids after school stuff, carpool, maybe they're scheduling like a family night or date night, that type of thing. So that's what I did in my first square. Our next idea is to use it as a what did I do today log. So a lot of times, especially as parents, we don't see our own worth or accomplishments, what we actually do in a day. And a lot of times for me, this would never be enough space to put all the different things that I did in a day. However, I can put the highlights in here. Like I took Jared lunch, I cleaned the house, I recorded some videos, and I took Megan to the doctor. It's a way of showing me that I am doing things, even if I can't always see them. The next one is best moment. And here I just put Emily gave me a hug because that's always a really sweet moment. There's been some really special standout ones like that. But there's always a best moment in a day. Like your day may be bad, but there's a little bit of good in every day. And finding that really helps us. It kind of goes with what I did for Sunday, which is a gratitude log. I think the two can be kind of interchangeable, although they are different. The other thing is to do a to-do list on each day. I generally do this in my daily pages or on my weekly pages, but you could totally do it here if that works for you. Then we have the gratitude, as I said. So like in this instance, I said I'm grateful for pens. They encourage me to write more, especially new pens, which I just got. The next idea is to use it as a meal calendar or meal tracker so you can put in your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or maybe you just want to put dinners in and know what your meal plan for the month is, because some people do that. I'm not that organized, but I appreciate the people who are. And then it helps you to organize your grocery list. You could even do your running grocery list on the side if you wanted to. The next one is a doodle. And I think a lot of people think a doodle means something along the like the sticker or maybe a Coffee Monster Co. sketch, those type of things. But it doesn't have to be. It can just be like a line doodle, or there's these Japanese ones where you make a design in each square and kind of do that. You could do checker boxes. There's a lot of different things, and it helps with stress relief. So if you don't have other things to do in this space, I think that's a great idea. The next one is to do a photo or a sticker for each day. I didn't have a photo to use that as an example, but I did find a sticker. So maybe you find a sticker that represents each day to you and you put it in, and then at the end of the month, you kind of have this collage that represents your whole month, and visually it can be really appealing. Next we have joke of the day. Sometimes, especially when my depression is maybe on the higher side, just finding something each day to laugh at and appreciate. So you can do like a joke of the day, a word of the day, a song of the day, something of the day, and bring a little joy and laughter into your life. So this one is, why did the tomato blush? Because he saw the salad dressing. I just think it's funny. The next one is a way to track things. So you can track multiple things in the same square. Like for this instance, I'm highlighting the square with a color that would represent my mood. So I could, each square could have a different outline. And then inside the square, I have an umbrella with some raindrops symbolizing maybe it rained that day. This is a happy planner sticker. I think the bigger stickers, if you're going to do this, would probably work better. The next idea is to swatch inks in here. And you could also, do ink pen combinations and then rate them in here. I think that would be really fun, but it gives you a nice spot to put your ink swatch. I just scribbled this one in, but a lot of times you can like squash it out or whatever you want to do to make that happen. And kind of going with that, you could also use it as a place to do your pen swatching. So if you're not sure if a pen is going to be right for whatever paper you're worried about bleed through or any of that stuff, this is a good place to do all those pen testing if you choose to. I also have it as a book or habit tracker. So like in this instance, I say start book, and here's the end of the book, and then I gave it a rating. And I also put, book club. So all of those things kind of go together. You can also use it as a cleaning schedule. So this is something that I do in my Moxie Life calendars. So I will show you what that looks like for me. So in here I have all of my daily tidy well, I have it just as daily tidy, and I have a list of what that means down here. And then I have each individual day, I have additional tasks I might want to do. And then on the side, I have monthly to-dos to go with that. So just to give you an idea. Next, we have kind of spend tracking. So I have a no spend here. So you can mark every day that you didn't spend any money, or you can mark your paydays and your bills and things like that in here to have it more of a financial tracker. Then I have an inspirational quote. So you can do a quote each day. This one says, "When it comes to luck, you make your own." So true. The next one is to have like a verse of the day or a scripture study or whatever you want to do there to add inspiration to you. So this one says verse of the day, Psalms 25, 4 and 5. The next idea is to do a currently box. So you could kind of intersperse them with different things. Put like currently watching. In this case, I put West Wing because I'm rewatching West Wing. And then you could have currently with this is the music I liked today, or this is my favorite meal, different things like that. The next idea is to use it as a this day in history. So it can either be current history, like what happened today in the news, or it can be a historical day in history if you want to remember certain events. For example, January 1st is actually the day that Kamala Harris became the first female vice president, which is a significant event. And if you're a history buff, it can be kind of fun to learn about all those things. I also have it as a symptom tracker. If you have a chronic illness or whatever, track your symptoms here. And so you can see over the span of a month, which I feel is really helpful, how things are going. And you can even put in what's helping, what's not helping, that kind of thing. The next way is to use it as kind of a health tracker in the aspect of you can mark your weight in here. Like maybe you have weekly weigh-ins, or what kind of exercise are you doing today? How far did you run today? Those type of things. The next idea is to use it as a self-care log. So this is a little bit different than a habit tracker in that you're not setting, self-care can be a lot of different things. It can be lighting a candle. It can be taking a bath. It can be reading, going for a walk, all those little things. And they don't have to cost anything. I think a lot of people think self-care has to cost something, but it really doesn't. And this is a way of saying, hey, I recognized myself today. I took time for myself today, and this is what I did. The next idea is to use it to track packages or Happy Meal purchases, things like that. I'm not talking grocery purchases or gas or things like that, but for me, it would be things like buying a new pen, sticker subscriptions, sticker orders, so I can see where I'm spending my fun money. The next idea is to use it for logging things about your garden. I know a lot of people who do that. I am not one of them. I have a very black thumb. I call myself a plant hospice worker. I help plants return to their heavenly Father, and I killed just about every one of them. I don't mean to, but I do. The next idea is to use it as a accomplishment or what I'm proud of type log. So in this one, I put video hit 100K views. That's something that's a big deal to me. Or you can have it something like so-and-so got an A on their test, or you got a promotion at work. Little things that we don't take the time to recognize, I think, in the fast-paced world we live in. The next idea is to use it kind of as a school or study schedule. So you can have when your papers are due, maybe what you need to study that day, what are you studying? How long should you spend on it? That kind of thing. And a reminder of when you have a quiz next, or putting down when things are due from your syllabus, things like that. The next idea is to use it as a daily intention or reflection area. So in this instance, I said, I plan to support my family by making sure they all eat 3 meals. And then below it, I put an example that may or may not have happened in my household, where things didn't go as planned and dinner got burnt. So we went out for dinner, but we had a better time. It was a lot of fun just joking around about it and things. So making time to recognize those type of things. The next idea is to have an idea log. So every time that you have an idea, like for instance, with my husband, he may come up with a way to do something different for the computer industry. And so he'll write that down, and then it may take him a couple of weeks or so to find the time to actually come back and kind of flush out that idea, but it's a good place to keep track of them. The next idea is to track milestones. We usually think of it as kid things, and that's what I put down here, but it doesn't have to be. It can be milestones that you've achieved, goals that you've accomplished, and such. For this instance, I put first day of preschool, and then I have a little note underneath saying that Ethan didn't want to come home and got kissed by a girl. Yes, that actually happened. And then my last idea here is to put down what you learned that day. So in this instance, I said, I learned about picking out a new fridge. We're in the process of this. And I'm reading about electric efficiency and how to tell what matters when you're picking out a fridge. The other thing I have down here is learned about femoral inversion. Now, this is a real life example for me. So my oldest daughter has femoral inversion. It's not something that, I don't have a medical degree. So I had to learn about what is that and what does it mean? How do I help her with that? We did PT, we did braces, all kinds of things. And those are all things that I had to learn about. And I think moms don't really think about the things that we're actually learning and pay tribute to those because we're just taking care of our kids. I really like this aspect. I think that's something I'm going to try and incorporate, maybe not on this page, but somewhere in my planner over the next year. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have another way that you use these pages, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And I hope you're having a wonderful day and that this helps you figure out a way that you want to use your monthly spreads this coming year. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me down below. And until next time, I'll see you guys real soon.